don't look at me. Don't pay attention to my face. I'm just going to record this really fast. That way you have it and you can go back through it if you need it. I did attach this little presentation I'm going to go through as a PDF on the email, but I think I can make it a little simpler if I can just break it down. Okay, so this first step here, right? Please, guys, shh, mommy's trying to record, please. This first step, just think of it as your mobile business card. That's it. Your business card, not mine. So when you download the Supreme Team app on your phone, as you can kind of see here on the screen, it'll be co-branded, right? So it'll just have like Supreme Team Telly Avila really little, but it'll have your picture, your logo, it'll have your email, everything. So the thought process behind that is if you're ever hanging out with somebody and they mention buying or wanting to buy a house, and I mean, you could just text me, text, email, call me and say, hey, Telly, here's so-and-so. They want you to call them, you know, tomorrow or whatever they're interested in. They got a VA loan or whatever. I don't know. But you could just tell me that. That's fine. I certainly don't mind that at all. But this can be a lot faster. So if we're just maybe referring each other a couple of deals, then it's not that complicated just to Facebook message or email each other. But once we start doing like a lot of volume, which is the goal, having this app, so you could just pull it out. This is what the app looks like, the icon. You'd click on share our app, put in the person's name, phone number, the email is optional, and then click share app. On there, you can put some notes if you want, like right in that space. What do you want Telly to know about this lead? You can put a couple of things on there. If you're going to put anything, I would just ask, tell me when to reach out, because once you submit this, I'll get notified right away. It sends me a text and an email. So usually if I get that, I'm stopping what I'm doing and I'm calling that person up, you know? So I would put in, is expecting your call, or doesn't get off work till 5, or wants to talk on Thursday. So that, if nothing else, I would just really appreciate, just tell me what time to reach out. That's it. And then you can select whether it's ASAP, soon, or not right now. This is the big one though. This is how you manage leads. So this is probably what most of you guys are here for. So this is your pipeline management, right? It's called Lender Connect. And if you already have like a CRM, that's cool. You can put them in your CRM. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything, but this is what Lender Connect looks like. So for example, that lead through the app, when you put it through the app, it'll automatically be in Lender Connect, which is kind of cool. So whatever note that you had put will also transfer over. And then we can get together every week or something, and goodness, I'm so sorry guys. This is terrible. I'm so stuffy. But we can sit together every week, maybe whatever day works for you. I'm super flexible. I don't care. As long as we're calling them, I don't care. Whatever you're used to doing, let me know. If you want to just copy what I do, like if this is kind of new to you, dialing out, then I'm happy to show you what I usually do and I've had success with. Because I call, oh my gosh, I call sometimes upward of 150, 200 a day, you know. So there's a lot. But anyway, I can just narrow it down to your name. I can pull up all of the leads that we have together. We can see which ones are pre-qualified, which ones haven't been touched yet, like brand new ones. And if you're ever curious about kind of the life cycle of a lead, I'm sure that a lot of this is pretty self-explanatory, but these are the tags that you'll see. When it's brand new, it'll be yellow, and then it'll go to green once I've taken their app. And then it doesn't really stay in green for very long. It usually goes straight to blue. I'll get their checklist put together. And then once they return their items that they need for pre-approval, it'll go into like docs and review, loan setup, which is where we're getting like verifications, or if we need, tax transcripts, whatever, all that back end boring stuff. That's when it's in like the loan setup and docs and review phase, and then pre-qualified. And then hopefully they're going back to you to get in process, and then we'll get them closed, and that's it. You can take a closer look at this if you want. This was a lead. This is an example of how smoothly it can. So that's, it's just cool to see like the notes of communication in there. You'll have notes from me. You can put a note in there, if you have any questions, if they've, changed their home search a little bit, or, how sometimes people will tell you something that they didn't share with me, or vice versa. So we can just, always keep track and make sure that we're just always presenting that united front to help them get their house. So that's just an example of it in action. But I could go in there and I could click on any of my loans during process, and knock on wood, like not everything is always perfect, but if you're using the system and we're notifying each other and communicating with each other, keeping each other accountable, it really should. There's no reason why it shouldn't go smoothly. If I ask both loan officers and realtors, like, what is the number one thing that you wish your partners would get better at, or what's one area that you want to improve on? And 9 times out of 10, they say communication, right? Just, you don't want to be treated like a mushroom, kept in the dark and fed shit. You want to be in the know of what's going on. So whether it's someone I referred to you or someone that you referred back to me, it really shouldn't matter at the end of the day. You treat that client, like how they deserve to be treated, how you would want me to treat your referrals, and I expect you to treat my referrals the same way I would. And we can only do that if we have smooth communication. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So where do these leads come from? So the ones that I just tagged everybody on are Supreme Team leads that are from radio ads, like most of them. Some of them are from other sources, but most of those ones is just the radio ads. We recently ran some new ones, and they were just coming in real hot. So now self-generating, that's my big thing. I'm what's called an independent loan officer. I'm still part of the Supreme Team, of course. That's why I still get those leads to call out on and that call in to me. But my big thing, I've lived out here in Maricopa since like 2008. I've been a loan officer, since 2015. And I've watched this city just grow around me so much. And I know that unless something major changes in my personal life, I'm pretty much going to be in Maricopa like till my kids are grown at least. And my youngest is still only 4. So I'm going to be here for the long haul. And as this city grows and gets bigger and changes, I want to be part of that. I want to grow with it. So although I'm licensed in like 7 different states, I prefer, and for the last probably 2 years now, has been my main focus of just wanting to be Maricopa's most trusted go-to lender. Like when you think getting a house in Maricopa, I want you to think of Telly, and so that's why I do so much like I'm about to show you here, and I can show you guys how to do this. Now, whoever's getting, I went over my time. Oops. Okay, I'll try to wrap this up. So I'm going to send this to everyone that responded on the Facebook post. So some of you guys might be, seasoned agents. Some of you might be kind of new, or maybe you're trying different things right now. So this is going to be just very basic. When you're doing these, whether it's a post or whether you're going to try to do like a paid ad or whatever it is, you could just put on there, "Hi, my name's so-and-so. I'd love to be your realtor." And you might get people hitting you up for that. But most of the time, what I find is I have the most success if I put something specific. Like, if I'm real excited about a new product, or if there's like a bunch of, like right now, there's a lot of new builds that have a lot of price cuts on. So I'm going and touring the new builds, and people find that stuff interesting. So I've been getting a lot more response when I'm just doing something specific and just change it up. Like I love working with veterans. So usually, every couple weeks I'll do like a big thing for veterans. So just know what you want to do and choose something that interests you and that you can help your clients with. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably sitting on listings. You have more listings than you have buyers to buy them. So that's a good problem to have, though. And I can show you how to convert like a listing into getting yourself 10, 15, 20 or more new buyers that are going to be faithful to you or like loyal to you. And we can go through some of those things. I got technology. If you're into that kind of thing, I can make really cool websites with like personal funnels. We can blast them everywhere, really get those listings, get more eyes on the listings, which will get more buyers to the doors, which will get you more business. Now, here's some pretty old school stuff that I still do. I send thank you cards all the time. I don't send them like right away. Usually when they start to pile up, I'll send them like every couple months, And then I'll do like happy holidays. I'll do, happy spring, like springtime. I'll send letters just to kind of check in. And then, oh man, I'm winded. I am not feeling good, guys. I like to give out bookmarks instead of business cards because I'll admit it, every time someone gives me their business card, I end up like using it as a bookmark anyway. So I like the glossy ones, and you can do both sides. If you're down to go door knocking, we can put up co-branded door hangers. That's always successful. It's time consuming, yeah, but every single time that I have faithfully gone out and done, like let's say I'll just take a stack of like 50 or 100, and it always turns into a deal. So it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, lots of stuff. And I really enjoy making like creative content. So if there's something that you want made or you just want a flyer to kind of look nice, let me know. And then, so yeah, if you live here, if you work here, you shop here, you eat here, you go to church here, whatever it is, your kids go to school here, try to just be more visible in your community. Believe it or not, I'm actually very introverted. This that you're seeing now, like just me being in front of a webcam, took so long for me to do. I still get nervous talking in front of people. I'm great on the phone, but like I still just have a hard time putting myself out there sometimes. But I'm getting better at it, and for sure, over the last few years, I feel like I've been really coming out of my shell with that now. You just got to do it. So I have a little free library in front of my house. I'll put like bookmarks in there and visit with the people in the community and just kind of remind them, like, you don't have to be pushy, but just remind them what I do. If it's a nice day and I know I'm just going to be like responding to emails or creating content, instead of working from my home office, or I'm in my bedroom right now, but I do have a home office. Sometimes I'll just pack up my stuff and go sit on a patio somewhere, like at a coffee shop, or I think in this one that's at 347 Grill. And when people walk by, they'll take a brochure, maybe they won't, maybe they'll just say hi to me, but they get used to kind of seeing me there all the time. So I've made a lot of connections and got a lot of deals from that, just because people know, aren't you that, I always see you here. What do you do for work? Oh, I'm a loan officer. Here, take a card, So yeah, because you'll see the other regulars a lot too. So just being visible. And then Craigslist, man. There's an agent that I work with. She's in the West Valley, and this is all she does. And she's a one percenter. She's in the top 1%, and all she does is Craigslist. Oh well, obviously she gets referrals from past clients, and it's true. I'll go in here and maybe just while I'm sitting in bed like I am right now, I'll just sit here with my laptop, maybe with a glass of wine, with my show on TV, and I'll just bang out like, maybe 15, 20 Craigslist posts. And you get a lot of really well qualified people from Craigslist too. Out of state people like that are moving here. They're not on the Maricopa Facebook page and stuff. So they go on Craigslist to see what's out there. So yeah, do that for sure. I like to just mix it up with social media posts. I'm a math nerd, of course. So I'll put like the data, put some interesting like figures, get people thinking. And then also you got to keep it fun. You got to put some humorous ones. You'll get 50 times more engagement if you put like a funny meme or something. And then this is something I do every year on 10/03, October 3rd. That is mortgage slang for an application, by the way. We call it a 10/03. So on October 3rd, I like to do something to give back to the community. Usually I pick the fire department, bring them lunch or something. Obviously, like, I'm not doing it just to get business. I'm doing it because I want to. It doesn't hurt that hopefully maybe they'll remember me next time they got to buy a house, or they'll refer their firefighter buddies to me. So just, there's so many different like facets to creating your own self-generated business. And we can talk more about any of these things that are interesting to you. But the long and short of it is, guys, how to do more business. You do have to be at least somewhat familiar with tech. You don't have to be the most tech savvy person in the world, but if you can just open up the Supreme Team app whenever you need to share it, boom, and then that's it. You're done. Step 1's done. Step 2 is where you're going to spend most of your time on Lender Connect. That's where you'll see your list of leads. You'll be able to see my notes. So when I'm calling, you'll see what I'm putting in there. You'll know when I've sent a text message, and I can see when you've done the same. So if you're using that, easy peasy. And then it sounds so simple, but like, call the buyers, guys. So many people are afraid of the phone. I don't know why. Like, these are organic leads. These are people who heard the Supreme Team of Cardinal Financials. They heard my boss Ricky's voice on the radio and called. They raised their hand. We're not cold calling. I mean, we are cold calling them because I haven't talked to them before, but you know what I'm saying. We're not just calling numbers out of the white pages. These people are interested. So don't be nervous. And you might get a couple, oh, I didn't do that, or I changed my mind. You might get that. It happens. But most conversion takes place around the 10th contact attempt. So like sometimes people tell me, oh, Tully, I've called them like 4 or 5 times. They're not answering. I always get the voicemail. Okay, well, I wouldn't delete it. I would keep trying. Sometimes people will apply and then maybe like they get kind of burnt out with it. So they'll forget about it. And the best time to try them again is like that following month, even like a month later, or, just see if they have more time. Maybe it was impulsive, but now they've had time to think about it. So you just never know. But yeah, right around the 10th contact attempt is usually when leads convert, just statistically. And then so use your personal funnels. Those are links. I can set them up for all of you guys, where when you're posting on social media or you're talking to somebody, you can send them a direct link to apply with you. So that means, because I have a link, right? Like cardinalfinancial.com/TullyAvila. If they type that in, it takes them to my application. But you can have your own, where when they fill out the application, I already know that that's assigned to you. So I'll set those up for you guys. But that's really it. Sorry this was so long, but I've been dropping the ball today. And I feel so bad too, because I made that Facebook post and I had a lot of you guys reach out to me. So I was super excited. And then I just started not feeling good, and I've just been so busy. Plus I have 2 events right now that I'm trying to plan. So anyways, before the long weekend starts here, I just wanted to get this set up for you guys. If you have any questions, you can text me or something. I'll be available. But yeah, just get the Lender Connect. Let me know if you didn't get the activation code, because you do need that. And do your thing. I'm excited to see what you can do. I'll be here if you need me. Bye-bye.